Well, praise the Lord, everyone, and welcome to this next episode of This Is Us. Have I got a treat for you today because some time ago we did a recording and sat down with Pastor Dr. Daphnee Brown, who is the founder of the Church of God in Quebec. And what a story. Now, this past Sunday, as you know, was Founder Sunday. So Founder Sunday is a day that once per year where we set aside the whole service to just honor the founder, which is Dr. Brown. Daphnee Brown. And we love her. We call her Mama for many of us that's in the house. But listen, guys, if you haven't watched this interview, you must watch it. If you've watched it already, I'm going to show you and encourage you to do a repeat. This is absolutely incredible what God did with this woman. This woman said yes to God almost 50 years ago, and it's absolutely stunning when we recognize and realize what God has done through one person, ladies and gentlemen, saying yes to God. And the whole Church of God in Quebec was locked up inside of her spiritual womb, and I thank God for that. Now, I want to encourage you. If you want to sow a seed into Pastor Brown's life, you can still do that. We took an offering for her last Sunday, but it's not too late to do that. You can do it online, or you can simply drop it off at church. We just want to honor this woman of God. What this woman went through so that you and I could be here receiving the anointing and the power of God corporately at the Resurrection Center and the Church of God in Quebec Maritimes. We give God thanks. So here it is. Watch this interview, and I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to be blessed to see what God does when somebody says yes. God bless you, and I'm going to see you next week. Hey everyone, welcome. I am so excited about our time together today because we are finally going to do something that I've waited a long time to do. I am actually having this great opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity, to talk to the founder, did you hear me? The founder of the Church of God in Quebec, right here at the Resurrection Center, and we're going to take some time to talk to her, to hear her story. This is an incredible woman of God, and her name is none other than Pastor Daphnee Brown. Pastor Brown, I applaud you this morning. Thank you so much. I feel so honored that you would take this time to come and talk to us so we could capture your testimony and your story online. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the invite.
It is my privilege. I can't wait to get into our conversation today because I know we've got so many things to talk about. But before we get into the conversation, I want to inform everyone that Pastor Brown actually wrote a book. Now, imagine 56 years ago, you came to Quebec, and we're going to hear, but this is her story, guys, and basically what we're going to be talking about today is written in this book that she did, called Envisioning the Church in the Community. And these books are available, by the way, if you want to call the church and buy a book, order a book. You can do that through us by just calling us at RC. Pastor Brown, I want to know, and I want the audience, and I want all of the Resurrection Center members to know, who is Daphnee Brown? Can you tell us where you were born? Can you just bring us, tell us a little bit about your story, like even as a child? How did you grow up? Where were you born? So on and so forth.
Well, I was born in Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah. In the year 1936.
1936. So that would make you 86?
87 plus.
87. Woo! Glory. Give me a high five.
Yeah.
Wow.
I became an early widow.
Okay.
And then after that, my sister sponsored me in England.
Okay. So you were married at what age?
22.
22 you got married.
Yeah.
And your husband passed away at what age?
I was 24.
So 2 years.
2 years.
Oh my goodness.
He had a sunstroke
Yeah?
and it developed
Wow.
and passed away.
Wow, at 24, that must have been, how in the world did you survive?
Well, my sister brought me out.
Okay. So what was your sister's name?
Mavis.
Mavis. So she brought you out of where? What?
From Jamaica to England.
Ah, okay. So your sister, after the death of your husband, invited you to come to live in England.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us more.
So I was in England and working. At work, I had a lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
On my lunch table, I put my hands down on the table,
Mm-hmm.
my head between my hands,
Mm-hmm.
and just relaxing.
Okay.
And I heard somebody calling me.
Hey.
I thought it was my workmates
Yes.
sitting next to me.
Yes.
So I answered by saying, yes, Violet, because that was the person's name.
Okay.
Her response was, I didn't call you. It happened the second time. And she said, Daphnee, you're hearing voices. Because nobody called you. So I put my head back in my hands. And the moment I did that, I heard a voice saying, if you hear the call again, do not answer. When that happened, I remembered Samuel.
Right.
So it happened the third time. I didn't respond. I kept quiet and waited. Then I heard a voice saying to me, Matthew chapter 28. Okay, I waited. The second time was, it is Matthew chapter 28. The third time, do not forget to take with you Matthew chapter 28. But there's a story before that.
Yeah. Okay.
The story was that I wanted to go to the States to be with my brother.
Okay. So you had a brother living in.
I have a brother living in the States.
Okay.
And a brother living here
Okay. Here, as in Canada.
in Canada.
Okay.
Used to live in Ville d'Anjou.
Okay. So in Quebec.
In Quebec, yes. Now, I started thinking about the States.
Okay.
And I wrote to my brother and told him I would love to come to the States. He says, okay. And we started drafting the papers, you see.
Okay.
Everything went through very well,
Okay.
no hitch.
Right.
But at the end, they told me they cannot allow me to go to the States because I have no holdings
Okay.
in England, meaning a house,
Yes, I understand.
right? No holdings that would force me to come back
I understand.
to England.
So they didn't want you to move to the U.S. illegally.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I understand.
I got frustrated. And one day I came home from work, and I got a letter from my brother in the States, and he sent me $90.
Okay. Probably a lot of money back then.
Yes. And his little note in the cable said, I do not know what's happening,
Okay.
but I heard a voice telling me to send you some money.
Wow.
And this is all the cash I have.
Okay.
So he sent it to me. 2 weeks later, I got a letter from my brother here saying if you want to go to the States and you cannot get through, try Canada.
Okay.
Then another day I came home from work about 3 days later, and I got another letter from my brother here telling me if you have any cash money, send it to me. I'll put it as a deposit on your passage
Okay.
and you could come. So I sent the $90 to him,
Okay.
and he put that down on my passage. And I came.
Was that a flight or was that a boat?
Flight.
Flight.
That was a flight.
Okay.
So I reached Dorval on November the 15th, on a Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m.
How do you remember all of that?
because it's facts.
Oh, wow. Okay.
1 p.m. Wednesday afternoon, November the 15th, 1967.
So 56 years ago.
Yeah. It's a long story. I don't know if I have to go through that.
My goodness, but it's so interesting.
Okay.
Because it takes us, you understand, like somebody like me would have no idea. I'm only 55, so I wasn't even born. Think about that, I wasn't even born. And
Okay.
you were doing this.
All right then. I told you I got frustrated once before.
Yes.
One night I went to bed and I was angry with God.
You weren't afraid to be angry with God?
No, because I tried to live the best I could. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And I'm asking for something and I'm not getting it, so I was mad.
Okay. Wow.
All right?
Reverend Dr. Brown was mad at God. Do you believe it? It gives us some relief to know that because, growing up in church,
Yes.
early we were taught that you never question God. You don't.
Well, I did.
You did.
And I was really mad at him. And I said, God, I'm very, very disappointed.
Yes.
I'm asking, but you're not delivering.
Wow.
So I laid down on my back in my bed.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't sleeping.
Okay.
I closed my eyes and I put my hands on my chest like this. And somebody appeared in my room, stood over my bed,
Wow.
and pointed his finger in my face and said, if you will go to Canada, I will open Canada to you as a mission field.
My goodness. So you're probably 25 at this point.
Approximately,
Yeah.
yes.
A black woman, 25,
Yeah.
no husband,
No. And a child.
and God is saying, someone stands in your room, points at you, and says,
Yeah.
if you go to Canada, I will open Canada as a mission.
As a mission field.
Wow. You've never been to Canada before?
No. And I had no intention coming to Canada. I wanted to
So
go.
you never even had a desire? Your
No.
desire was to go to the U.S.?
To the U.S. That's right.
Okay. Wow. Can you tell us a little bit about your parents? Like, you know, so you were born in Jamaica
Yes.
with mom and dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were already missionaries.
Okay, they were.
They were establishing churches
Okay.
along with my uncle.
Wait. They were establishing churches as in meaning they were doing church plants?
Church plants.
Okay.
They were
Okay.
doing church
So
plants.
they were in the ministry.
They were in the ministry.
Your dad pastor?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Was he strict?
eh?
Was he strict?
Too much.
Did you get serious licks?
Yes,
Yeah?
I did.
Wow.
Because I was a type of a taunting child. And
No.
I got a lot of licks.
Okay.
Yeah. And but like my dad would wake us up at 4:00 in the mornings.
Wait. Did you guys hear that? 4:00 in the morning.
4:00 in the mornings.
For what?
For prayer.
For prayer.
For prayer.
Not to go to school.
No, for prayer.
Prayer. And how long did he make you guys pray?
Well, at least half an hour
And how many, like every day or just
every single day.
even like on the weekends? And
Yes.
Every day?
Every day. So
Did that discipline play a huge part in your relationship with Christ?
Yes.
Or it did, eh?
Yeah.
It must have formed such a strong
that's my
bond.
background.
Yeah. Wow.
Background.
And
But
it probably wasn't an option that you could say, Daddy, I'm tired.
no, you can't.
No?
You can't. But I asked him why 4:00 every morning.
Okay. Okay, we're about to be taught something here. 4:00. Why?
4:00 in the morning. I said, why do you have to wake us up?
Right.
4:00 every morning. And he said that that's the time that the angels are going around collecting our petitions
My goodness.
and take it to God.
Wow.
If we are not up 4:00 to pray, he told us we would miss out
Hey.
on our petitions.
Did he ever teach you biblically why that? Because I never heard that before.
Okay, we have in the scriptures the night watch
Yes.
is coming from there.
Okay, so we have the 4 watches of the night.
Exactly.
Okay.
4 watches of the night.
Okay.
That's where it's
And
coming
he said
from.
the 4th. Would that be the 4th?
Fourth watch.
That's the 4th watch. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was why he said we got to be here
We got to be here at 4:00 in the
to
morning.
make your petitions.
Make your
unto
petitions
God.
unto God.
Hey.
So that's how we were brought up.
So every day you're up at 4 praying.
You have
With the
to.
family. You had how many siblings?
I have 8 siblings with myself, making 9.
Okay.
2 I didn't know
Okay.
because at an early age they passed, one with typhoid fever
Okay.
and the other one with malaria.
You know,
Fever.
your memory is just, it blows my mind. How you,
So I didn't know those 2. But the other one, the third one, who now becomes the first one,
okay.
he used to live in Vildange here. That's the one
Yes.
I came to.
Yes. So he was your elder brother.
He was my elder brother then
understand.
at the time.
Okay. So there was 9 of you all together, and now we come back. So now you're back
No,
to-
we are 7.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
we are 7.
Yes, back to 7. So let's go back to your 25. You're hearing God's voice. The man comes in your room, or
Yes.
okay. Did you recognize him?
Well, in my mind, I thought it was because of his appearance.
You thought it was who? Jesus?
Yes,
Okay.
because of his appearance.
Okay.
And then I laid there quietly and waited for the direction.
What a moment.
And then,
Were you scared?
yes,
Yeah.
I was scared because I've never been here.
Okay.
I have no intention, even though I had a brother here.
Okay.
It wasn't on my mind
I understand.
to go to Canada, but that was his choice.
Okay.
And then he said, if you will go to Canada,
Yes.
I will open Canada to you as a mission field. Well, I came and everything went smoothly because when I started in England, everyone told me you will not get through until about 6 months because of everything I had wrapped up. I used to work at the hospital and we had what we call in England a superannuation.
Okay.
That's like what would you call that here? It's a type of a savings
Okay.
that they do for you.
Okay.
And to get that done from the co-op, I had all of my plans with the co-op.
Okay.
They
So
said,
were you a nurse or an orderly? When you say you worked at the hospital, what did
like
you-
as a nursing assistant.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, nursing assistant.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything was wrapped up in that cooperation,
Okay,
you
I
know.
understand.
And I was told, you'll never get through until 6 months. But you know something? In less than 3 months, everything was ready.
Wow.
Everything was ready. And when I decided, okay, it's time to begin to get myself together.
Did you ever go to Bible school or anything?
In England, yes.
You did go to,
Yes.
you went to Bible school?
Yeah. Yeah. I went to Bible school in England. It was called Ebenezer Bible Institute.
Okay. And was this part of the Church of God or?
Oh, yes.
It was part,
It was
or
the
the New Testament Church
It
of
was
God?
the New Testament Church of God.
Because back in Jamaica, the Church of God is called
New Testament Church of God, and in England.
And in England.
And then I came here, and after coming to Canada, the first 2 weeks, I went to church with my brother and his wife.
Okay. You remember the church?
It was in Rosemount,
Yeah.
and it was a part of the POAC,
Yeah. Okay. Pentecostal Assemblies
Assemblies of Canada.
Yes.
But
Okay.
this branch that they used to go was in Rosemount.
Okay, it was in Rosemount.
I went to Rosemount.
So the Church of God did not exist in Quebec.
It did not exist,
Are you sure?
period.
There was nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. Okay. So that's 56 years ago.
Okay. Nothing called Church of God.
Okay.
Okay. Went to Rosemount twice. I didn't like the type of worship they had.
Okay. Because it wasn't what you were used to.
I'm not used to that.
Okay. Okay. So, but I understand worship would have been a little bit different in Jamaica. But was it different from England? Like, isn't England very reserved?
England worship is like Jamaica worship.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because it was a Jamaican church or?
Not necessarily,
Okay.
but the momentum of the worship and the
I know.
type
Okay.
of worship that we had,
Right.
the ministry on a whole
Okay.
was a type of Jamaican ministry.
I understand. Okay. I understand, but many of our audience might not understand, so that's why I'm
Yes.
asking.
Because it's very strange, but whenever I go to a church, the first thing I do is to try the Spirit.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, I have to get the connection.
Okay. Okay.
I don't get excited
Okay.
about anything.
Okay.
I just wait for the moving
Okay.
of the Spirit.
Okay.
And I didn't like what I saw,
Okay.
and my spirit was not digesting.
Okay. So would you say they were kind of reserved or not free to worship? What was it about it that you didn't like?
What I didn't like about it, it was not the way they worship, but what was coming from the worship.
Okay, okay. That's fair.
What was coming out of the worship.
Okay.
It was not clicking,
I understand.
and I was not digesting anything.
Okay. So that was 2 weeks you were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I told my brother I wouldn't go back.
So you're 26, 27 years old.
Yeah. But I said I'm not going back
In
there.
in a new country.
Yeah.
And then what?
Then
So I'm not going back.
I'm not going
Did
back.
your brother say, no, you're going back?
No, he doesn't talk like that.
And he wouldn't talk like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
But his wife had a friend
Okay.
that used to go to Bible Way Church.
Okay. But Bible Way was Pentecostal then? Like PAOC? Or
Bible Way was POAC.
I think so.
Bible Way was sponsored by POAC at Atwater.
Okay, okay, okay. From Evangel.
Evangel.
What is now Evangel? I don't know what it was
Yeah,
back then.
yeah.
Okay. So Bible Way, this is interesting history, even though it's, I guess it's part of the gospel message here,
Yes.
or history, but not Church of God, I guess. But so Evangel or Bible Way was planted by Evangel.
Evangel.
Okay.
There was a system
Okay.
for domestic people
Okay.
or for people to
Domestic
come.
help, maybe? Would that be the word? But there's this system.
There was a system
Okay.
that people used to want people to do housework here for them.
Okay. Okay.
So they had this system that they bring people from the West Indies.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
And that's the only way black women from the West Indies could come to Canada.
Okay. So they would come do
Under the
work.
domestic
I
science.
got it. Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Fair enough.
After 3 years of domestic work in the house,
Yeah.
they could apply for their
Permanent.
permanent residence.
Okay.
Now, all of these women, they had no permanent addresses, so they used the YMCA
Hey. My goodness.
as their address, home address.
Wow.
On their days off, they would go to the YMCA, congregate together, make friends, and make a life for themselves.
Amazing.
So these women used to go to Evangel,
Okay.
and they were getting too spiritual in the church,
Right. Right. Okay.
making
they
noise.
express
They
themselves
expressed
too much.
themselves too much,
Okay. Okay.
and Evangel didn't like that.
Okay.
So they sponsored Bible Way.
Okay. Okay. Amazing history. Okay.
So that's where my sister-in-law had this friend.
Okay.
She phoned her up and told her she wants her to take me to Bible Way.
Okay. Okay.
Then I went to Bible Way.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was what we call in Jamaica plowing the ground.
Yes. Okay.
going around, having house-to-house prayer meetings,
Okay.
visiting families here and there.
You must, I'm trying to picture you at 27. You must have been a fiery little woman, huh?
Very.
Wow.
I used to take the Voyager to Granby on Saturday nights.
You would go all the way to Granby?
Yes.
For what?
I'll tell you why. I was going to Toronto and I met this guy on the bus. He was the bus driver.
Okay.
And I sat down there and I was singing because he wasn't ready to leave.
Okay.
So I sat down there and I was singing, when he reached down his hands for me. And he heard.
Okay.
And he says, come closer. And I went up and sat next to him.
Uh-huh.
And he helped me to sing the song.
So he knew the song?
And I said, who is this guy?
Yeah.
To myself.
Yeah.
You know who that was?
Who?
Jack Hull's father.
No way!
Yes. Yes.
Pastor Brown, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Jack Hull's father.
No way!
Yeah. And we rode.
Wait. For you that don't know, Jack Hull's father was the overseer for the Church of God in Quebec and the Maritimes.
Yeah.
Yes. So okay, so you go up, you're singing this song, the bus driver starts to sing, and it's Jack Hull's dad.
Jack Hull's dad.
Okay.
So he invited me to come to his house.
Okay.
And I went.
Okay.
At that time, Jacques Hull was, I don't know, about 10.
10 years old.
Approximately, if that old.
Okay. Wow.
And I used to go down there on Saturday nights.
So you would go to Granby to see Jacques Hull's father.
Exactly.
Got church together or something, or to pray together, or
just to pray together and
okay.
have chats and see what could be done,
okay.
etc.
So did he know anything about the Church of God or the New Testament Church of God?
No, he didn't know anything about the New Testament Church of God.
Okay.
But he knew about Church of God of prophecy.
Okay.
How?
Church of God of prophecy.
Yeah, how did he know that? You remember Sister Cummings, eh?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Brother Cummings'
yeah.
wife.
Her first marriage
yes.
was Pastor Knight's uncle.
Okay.
And coming from Trinidad, he was acquainted with the Church of God of Prophecy.
Okay. Did they have a church then?
Where? Who?
Did Jack Hull, or not Jack Hull, he was 10, but Jack Hull's, Bishop Hull's dad.
Dad.
Did they have a church?
No, just like house meetings.
Okay.
Or something like that. And so I used to go to Granby.
Wow.
On Saturday nights.
So this is early 60s now.
Early, in the very early days.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to see what is out there.
Okay. So did you have a mind of, hey, I'm going to plant a church at this point? Or were you just connecting or did you have in your mind what God spoke to you?
Yes, I had in mind.
Okay.
But I need to see.
Of course.
What's.
Yes.
You know, what
the lay of the land.
Exactly. What the layout of the land is.
Yes.
And in the meantime, I didn't want to not go to service, so I went with my sister-in-law's friend to Bible Way.
Okay.
At one point, there was a meeting at what they call it, the Pentecostal church at Atwater there. Evangel.
Okay.
And this lady from the States was the preacher
Okay.
for the meeting. I went to the meeting one night, and I sat in the very entrance of the door, and she called me out.
Okay. To prophesy over you?
Yes.
Okay.
And she wanted me to come and pray for somebody that was in a wheelchair.
Okay.
But I was too shy, I wouldn't go.
Okay.
And she started to describe the clothes I was wearing.
But you knew she was talking about you, but you just ignored it?
I ignored it.
Pretended that it wasn't.
I wasn't there. So she said, you heard me and you know who you are.
Hey, she's not letting it go.
No. And she started to describe my clothes. And she said, you are so much in yourself.
Are you serious?
Yes. And then she said, you are wearing that black broad hat sitting in the very entrance of the door. Come here, she said. The Lord has something for you. Well, when she got there, I couldn't help it. I had to move. And when I went there, she said, God has called you for something very special. You see that lady sitting in that wheelchair? You're going to pray for her. And I looked at her. She says, yes, you heard me. You are going to go down there and pray for her. And I moved towards this lady. When I got to her, something entered my spirit. And I said to her, you want to get well, but you are too proud to accept Jesus. If you do, I said to her, you will go out here walking. And something connected my spirit and said, take her by the hand. So I said to her, hold my hands.
Yeah.
And I extended my right hand to her and went like this, and she stood up. And I said to her, follow me. And together we walked around the aisle 3 times. And the 2 gentlemen that came with her removed the chair, and she sat down into a regular seat. Mm-hmm. Now, Pastor Johnson's brother came to me and says, who are you? From when did you come here? This is not the way we do it here.
But you were following the instruction of the woman that was preaching on the stage.
At this moment, I was following the instruction of her to go pray for her.
Yes.
But what happened after that, I was following the instruction of the Holy Spirit.
Yes, I understand.
That says, you know,
yes.
Okay. What happened to this woman? She dropped right back.
What a shame.
She couldn't walk anymore. After Pastor Johnson's brother told me, that's not how we do it here. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's not how we do it here. From when did you come here?
Yes.
We do it a different way. And immediately, she went back down. And I felt so badly for her, you know. But this is all in the early days.
Yes, I understand.
And it's beginning to build, you see. When I spent a few months trying to figure out what's going on, how it works around here, I wrote to General Headquarters.
General headquarters of the Church of God, because some people
Yeah, in the States.
Yes, so that would be Cleveland, Tennessee.
Cleveland, Tennessee.
Yeah, so we have an international office in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Exactly.
Church of God.
So I wrote to them
Yes.
and explained what's going on in Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
They
They know you?
no,
The Church of God didn't know you?
no.
Okay.
They wrote back to me and told me that
They actually responded?
they responded
Okay, good.
and told me this was not their territory.
Okay.
I should reconnect with England.
Okay.
However, instead of sending my letter directly to England, I sent it to Switzerland
Hey, my goodness, how did you know how to do that?
because that's where the European supervisor was residing.
Okay.
So I sent my letter to Switzerland,
Okay.
and he replied to me and told me to send my letter directly to the overseer in England.
Okay.
That was Lysite.
What's his name?
Lysite.
Lysite? Okay.
Overseer Lysite. All right. Sending my letter to him, he wanted somebody to come and check me out.
Okay.
So in 1970, he sent McIntyre on his way to the
67, now it's 68.
right.
Okay, because you came at 67.
I came
Now it's
67
1968.
at the General Assemblies
Yeah, okay.
in Texas, I think it was somewhere.
Okay.
In any case, on his way to the General Assemblies,
Yeah.
he came
Okay. To Canada.
to Canada
To see you.
to see me
Hey!
and find out what's going
But
on.
there was no church here, and an overseer from England came here because of a letter that you sent.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So McIntyre came.
So this is a different overseer. McIntyre. Who's McIntyre?
McIntyre was one of the leaders of the Church of God in England.
Okay, okay.
He was
wasn't the overseer.
he wasn't
just
the
one of
he wasn't the overseer then,
Probably sent by the overseer.
but he was sent by Lysite,
Okay.
who is the
Perfect.
overseer.
Yes, got it. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
So he came to check things out here
Okay.
and to take a report from here to Cleveland.
Okay.
Well,
No Church of God.
no. Nobody knows about Church of God.
Church of God French?
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
Okay.
No Church of God. Period.
Okay.
McIntyre came and spent 2 weeks.
he McIntyre came to Canada
Yeah.
because of a letter that you sent through to Sweden to England.
England.
And then this leader from England
Came here.
came here 2 weeks. There's not one church,
No.
Church of God,
No.
not one Church of God church
No.
in Quebec or the Maritimes at this
No.
moment. Incredible. Do you know what? It's okay if you don't know, but was there a Church of God in Ontario
There was,
that you're aware of?
I had a friend called MacDonald.
Okay.
He recently came to Toronto
Okay.
at that time.
Okay.
Recently came to
And what was
Toronto.
his name?
Clifford MacDonald.
Okay. Do you know what his church? I know my.
West Toronto. Have you ever heard about West Toronto Church?
I know you're kidding.
No.
The West Toronto.
The West Toronto Church of God.
Okay. The pastor's name was McDonald.
Yeah.
Pastor McDonald.
Clifford McDonald.
Clifford McDonald. Okay. Wow, this is so interesting.
And that was new as well, you see.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
So McIntyre comes here to see you, and he's here 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay.
And when he came, Sister Cummings, but she wasn't Cummings then.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Now this is brother, for you that's watching, this is Brother Cummings. What's Brother Cummings' first name? Do you know?
Rufus.
Rufus, that's right. Rufus Cummings marries Sister, what we would call
Jackman.
Jackman. Okay, okay.
Sister Jackman, yes.
Okay, okay. Wow.
So when I came, she was Sister Jackman.
Okay, yes. I understand.
Okay.
So you meet her.
I met her here.
Yes.
I met her here.
Okay.
She was very kind, very interesting lady,
Okay.
and we talked,
Yes.
and she said, I'll allow him to stay in my apartment.
Okay.
So she had an empty room
Yes.
in her apartment
Yes.
on Sherbrooke Street,
Okay.
and Pastor McIntyre stayed there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
During that time, he did a lot of work.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. He got on CFOX radio.
Okay.
He got searching for, because he used to do insurance in England.
Okay.
So he started searching if the name of that insurance is in Canada.
Yeah.
And he found a Jewish man
Okay.
that used to deal with that insurance company.
Okay.
And he connected with him.
Okay.
His name was George Jakobowicz.
Wow.
So Jakobowicz would come over and sit with him, and they talk together because they have something in common.
Yes.
All right. During that period of time, he was on CFOX radio.
Okay.
Jakobowicz was checking out the TV program for us.
Early 1970s now.
Right.
Okay. But was this Jewish man a Christian?
No, but because of the insurance,
My goodness.
and there used to be what they called a community program
Okay.
on channels 6 or 9, something like that. However, Jakobowicz got McIntyre onto the community program.
Okay. Favor of God.
Yes. And we had 6 months of free television service, 3 hours every Sunday morning.
But did you have the church started by then?
Because everything is coming together now.
So it's all coming together really fast.
It's coming
But
together.
where are you meeting? Where's the church starting?
The church has started. Pastor McIntyre got the group of us together.
Okay. So he accepted your invitation, he came, and now how many of you are there? 100?
We were about, no, we were about 6.
600?
6 people.
6. Okay. Wait. This guy comes from England.
Yes.
Here for six people.
We were 6 people in the group. And at Sister...
All women, or not that it matters. I'm just interested.
Brother Logan was one of them.
Brother Ronald Logan, who is a saint for us. This guy he served this church like nobody I've ever met.
And I met him.
Okay. So it's 5 women and 1 man?
Yes.
Okay.
I met Brother Logan through Sister Moncrief.
Okay.
At that time,
Wow.
she was Sister Robinson, not
Yes.
Moncrief.
For you that don't know who Sister Moncrief is, who we're referring to, she has been a faithful intercessor here in our church.
Yeah.
Raised her family here. Incredible woman of God.
Right.
Can't wait to see her in heaven.
Okay, because of her, I met Brother Logan.